just to license it. Not fair.
Off topic. What kind of on topic, but off topic? You man, remember that whole list thing that started as well? About the sexual abuse thing.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on all that?
I think it's stupid.
It was done.
Yeah, mentals.
You know what?
I think it started off with good intentions.
The reason I say stupid is not because anything to do with the victims. What I think it is people are so ready to try and cancel somebody that this list it's all hearsay. A lot of it is hearsay. There's not much. There's not proof to all of it. But because your name,
but there hardly is ever proof in these kind of.
Because your name's put out there, it's like, oh, J Urban touched me. With your proof, you don't need it. You can just throw out this allegation.
But you can with anything, even with rape. You don't have to necessarily have proof.
The only ones that I really paid attention to, I saw the ambush one with Ray Black.
Oh yeah, that one was fucked still.
But with that one, he came back after his kind of dismissal and was like, you know what?
I think out of all the apologies and everything his was the most genuine.
Because
he didn't release some script. He was just talking straight, real, and saying his thing.
I respect his one. Yeah. That's why his one kind of blew over quite quickly.
I think with him is, and it's not in his defense, is some of us from the end are just a bit ignorant to certain things. So even when she addressed it with him, he was apologized. And when he hit with the why you hitting man like he kind of thought his first time apology should just be enough and dead the situation. So I feel when that all got put out there, and this is sometimes as a quote unquote celebrity, it's good to have sometimes the right people around him. You can see after when he made his apology, he had the right people around him. Probably sat him down and said, "Bro, you're wrong." Even when you went back to her and probably said to her, like, "Why are you pressing man like that?" You're in the wrong. Accept where you're in the wrong and apologize to this girl, bruv, because you made her feel uncomfortable. I saw stuff where people like, but she's moving a bit mad, like telling the man he's got 72 hours to apologize and whatever. Cool. But you've put her in an uncomfortable position, and you need to understand.
But I just want to know.
For me, is who does that, blood? Who goes to an event, sees a girl and grabs her breast, blood? Who does that?
But this is the problem. When you're an artist, and
Ambush is young as well.
But I don't
the age.
Like who does that?
He has a sense of entitlement.
A lot.
It's weird to me.
I said entitlement.
A lot
happens.
Look, and it's not I'm not justifying now, but you see with these artists, they get a lot of groupies, a lot of things happen. So they sometimes feel they're invincible and can get away with certain things, and that's all it was. So that was a reality check for him, and it was a good reality check for him because I think he's learned from it now. His now approach, and I hope his approach to women now is going to be very different. He's not going to see a bad being and feel like, yo, man's going to just pinch her on the ass. How many times was we in school and you pinched the girl in the ass?
But that's what I was about to ask.
You understand?
I was about to ask, man. If there was a list, if we got famous, would my name end up on the list?
Hell no.
The thing is, if my name was ever on a list, it would be something that I did when I was 14, 15. But for me,
No, bro.
I feel like that's something that...
I don't even want to touch again now.
I want to hear what this guy... I reckon... You trying to say your name wouldn't be on no list?
Of course it would. We've all
What?
done...
Hold on.
in secondary school.
I don't like the way he's asking that question because he's saying it like, would my name would be on that list for something now?
Like, say if you're... Oh, for now. No. Not for now.
I'm not saying you're running around grabbing tickets on the road now.
I'm saying, obviously, regardless of the list, innit? Man name's been in secondary school, touch a girl's bum, whatever, innit? Man's done that. Like.
Man have lived inappropriate lives.
I feel like once you get up to a certain age, 18, I feel like even once you've left school, like, I don't know what's coming to you. Especially when, like, with his situation, he don't really know her from nowhere. He's gone and seen her and just thought he could do that. At least at school, we've grown with these gal and we feel like, oh, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
And you don't even do that till about year 9.
Do you know what I mean?
Because year 7, 8 is still a shy. Year 9, I've been in 2 years.
And you're adolescent who hasn't had sex before, so any little
hormones are raging. Right.
He's hardback. He has sex. He knows what he's doing.
Do you know what that list thing? I just don't like the way that you are
cancelled.
you're guilty until proven innocent these days. So right now, it's the court of public opinion, isn't it? That's what Twitter is. You'll get thrown out to the wolves until you can kind of navigate and prove. Because Lippy's one came out as well.
What we have to understand...
he squashed it. He squashed that one.
What we have to understand is, one thing about Twitter is a whole different universe.
Yeah.
Like, once you step into that Twitter realm, you're either fucked or you're up. It's two of the things. Now, it's something so severe like that. You're not going to catch that on the Instagram, on a Facebook. You know, the only places you could ever find out was Twitter and BlackBerry, and BlackBerry's dead. So you've got Twitter now. So when that happens, you're right. It's you versus the public.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? For me, I get that. But at the same time, like, even when you just look at the stats, obviously women lie about these things. It happens. Mm-hmm. But when they look at the stats of it, it's very minimal compared to the women that are actually telling the truth. So for me, when that list went out, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty sure there was a few names on there that shouldn't have been on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's names.
But I'm going to probably say that 90% of the names that were on there for a reason.
Well, this is the thing.
Whether it was just grabbing a girl's bum, whether it was making a girl feel uncomfortable in
if they weren't famous, would their name be on the list, or would you have addressed it differently?
I think their names are on the list. I think the list was made for people that are
taking advantage
in a certain position,
so
because they're in that position. They're taking advantage of people.
He weren't lippy at the time of the,
but he's lippy now. So how they're looking at it is like, he did that to me then. Now he's in a position where he could be doing this to other people, not lippy, just in general.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but have you addressed it with the individual? Have you addressed your discomfort with the individual being dismissed and then brought it to public, or have you just gone straight public?
But you're not gonna. What victim is gonna go and approach, or
if I grabbed your bum with their when you say if not
that
yours,
that's a major pause, fam. Because you was pointing at me. You was like, if I grabbed your bum.
I mean, like, yo,
listen, I'm too mature for this kind of stuff.
I mean, I hear that, but still, you directing it at him.
Yeah, the way you was pointing at me. If I grabbed your bum.
You got the ring as well.
Whoa, fam.
Pose,
with the finger as well. If I grabbed your bum.
No homo, you're a big dude, fam. Pause, fam. So there's a bit aggressive as well, you know.
Damon from Friday, but I'm like,
Two-packer like a gangster top.
I'm gonna let you have that one, innit? I'm gonna let you have that one. It's okay. I got my revenge for it. It's cool. It's cool. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you said the victim, and I appreciate that. But if you know the person and they've done something that you disliked, i.e. grabbing their bum, is that not something you could address with them and say, listen, what you did last week or whatever?
It is. But there's some of the allegations on there were a bit more serious than...
I appreciate that. But like the Ray Black thing, I swear she said that she addressed
it with him. Yeah, and that's when he apologized.
She didn't like his response after he apologized.
But then to go and screenshot everything.
Even when he apologized, I think he was apologizing for the sake of apologizing. He didn't actually deep what he actually did. He was like, oh yeah, sorry, it's banter. Sorry, yeah, it was just banter. And she's like, what do you mean? And then he's like, why are you putting it like? She's like, what do you mean? You violated me, type of thing. Like, what do you mean? Like, why am I putting it on you?
I'm saying, instead of putting out all these lists, why don't people just go to the police if it's that serious?
Because, like you said, it's an evidence thing, isn't it? If you ain't got nothing, what are the police gonna do?
Police ain't really gonna run. What are they gonna do? They're gonna probably call in the individual interview.
There's gonna be
case
nothing
pending.
to go on.
Then it's just gonna be we've got no further action. There's nothing to prove.
Yeah,
That's the sad thing about let's put these allegations is there's not a lot of support for the victims when they do tend to come out. That's the only sad thing about it.
That is very true.
And that's where you get the blurred lines, because then that's when women feel like I can't
come out.
I can't come out. So do you know what it is? The only way I can come out is in this world.
Like they go to Twitter? Is that why you feel like they go to the court of public opinion? Because they're like, the law does not support.
Other way.
Yeah, so it's more powerful to go on there.
There was a thing where I was reading like a thread of a guy. He's seeing a girl. I can't remember who it was, but I know it was Fred. He's with a girl, and basically there's a case between his girl and there's a guy again who's known influencer. I can't remember who it is, but apparently sexually assaulted his girl. This is obviously before he was with the girl, but he's been with her while she's reported to the police. Like, it's been an ongoing case, but nothing's really happening with it. And he got to the point he was like, fuck it, like, I'm exposing it all on Twitter, because he's got to the point it was like, feds ain't really doing nothing. It's not really moving nowhere. So fuck it, I'm gonna expose it on Twitter. This guy's he's a rapist. He did this to my girl. Boom, boom, boom. So sometimes you feel like that's your last option. This is the only way. This is all I got. Let me just do it that way,
This
and
is what I'm
hopefully
trying
at
to
least
say. Do
people
you
will
feel
know
like-
what on.
I get in that case, but do you feel like often now people's first option is to go to the internet as opposed to trying alternatives? Because we're in the internet age where, for example, I could have your number. Me and you could have a disagreement. I've got your number, but instead of addressing you personally, I'll make a video.
Yeah, but that's different. I feel like when it's sexual abuse, you're not
I
gonna
understand
wanna.
that. I'm just saying in general, do you feel like that because of the age we're in, that we need to just accept that everything is going to be public regardless?
With that point you're trying to make there, when people do stuff like that, it's because they want a
reaction.
Not a reaction. They want a support system from it. So it's
So they
like
want
I want,
validation that what they're going through is-
I want. It's like I want people to hear my side, and people like, so if I go on the internet and I'll be like, you know what, you're a pussy for X, Y, and Z, this and that and that. I want a crowd. I want a reaction.
You just want people.
Yeah. And then it only gets as bigger if you respond. If you turn around and don't respond to me, that it blows up.
Because it goes back to, do you see this whole cancelling thing, yeah? Can you only be cancelled if you accept you're cancelled?
No,
what I'm saying. If you don't accept it, if they say you're cancelled and you're like, nah, I'm not, and
But,
you continue down your path, because remember, R. Kelly still has a lot of supporters, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Female supporters at that. So I'm trying to say, are you only truly cancelled if you accept that's what's happening?
I think cancel. When you say I think obviously, regardless of what you do, you can go out and murder a president. You get me? And the whole world could be against you, but there's gonna be
someone that supports you.
People here and there who support you. So yeah, that's always gonna be. Someone's always gonna support you. Someone's always still gonna ride for you. So when you're saying cancel, I think obviously are we saying cancel where like no one's riding for you? That's obviously never gonna happen because there's always someone that's still gonna ride for you. You've always gonna have your diehard fans who's still gonna be there for you. So yeah, you can still go on your path, but your support that you may have gotten usually is not gonna be the same.
Well, can we just point out, you know, after they did Surviving R. Kelly, his record sales went up by 17%.
But that was then. But now, I would assume they've dropped again. I remember as well, a lot of people are watching this documentary. You probably don't even know who. A lot of these white people are probably watching the documentary. Don't even know who the fuck R. Kelly is.
I think majority of black people watch it.
They would know who he is, but they won't know that. Oh, he done that song. Oh, he's the guy that sings.
I think some of the songs that he was involved in shot the hell out of me. I didn't know he wrote them.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going back and listening to that. You're like, raw.
No, I think. No. I don't think that's.
I think it was an educational thing rather than like raw. And
you
know, like when they're talking about the lyrics in the songs, so people's then going back to the songs and deep in the lyrics.
You know, the Surviving R. Kelly 2 coming up.
Yeah,
they're doing another one.
They're doing a second wave.
Oh man,
like they're trying to bury him, but the thing about it is, can you bury R. Kelly?
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Again, he's always gonna have support
because I can separate the music from the man. I still listen to his music. I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I haven't. The only way I've actually heard his music if I'm out in a dance, or if it's just.
I know man went as far as deleting it off their computers and all of this. Nah, I've got the music.
Are you bad? I still got my R. Kelly playlist.
Listen, TP2.com.
Yo, listen, you can never take away his accomplishments. You can't.
His talent. You can't take away his talent.
But that's what I'm saying. I can separate the music from the man. Because then, so that's what I can do that. So I don't agree with any of his behavior.
No.
But the songs still slap.
Of course the songs slap. You can never say they don't slap. Of course they slap. I just don't go out of my way to like, yeah, let me run some arc like.
No, I haven't
done
like
that. Before,
so,
you get me? Like that doesn't happen no more.
What if you was like, you know?
No, I know what you're gonna say. It's not happening.
What? Getting myself into an entanglement.
Nah, you're
trying to whine a lady. You're
you're in, like you got the music played in the background. You're in there and all you hear is my mind's telling me no.
Yeah, what about it?
Are you stopping?
Music? No. What do you mean the music's in the background?
Like if you're
having sex.
Yeah, man, look at music.
I'm not stopping the music. No, I'm not.
When it just randomly comes on.
Yeah, it's in the playlist.
Like, who's got time to be stopping? Oh, sorry, you let me pull out and go and turn this. Oh, quick. Who's got time for that, bro? It's not like you've slippy. Yeah, let me run the R. Kelly playlist and then go and beat this thing. Like,
can you imagine the mindset of that? Listen, AJ nothing but the first one that's running. That's mad. All right, next thing I'm gonna ask about this. This is more recent though. Tory Lanez, Meg the Stallion.
You can't even speak on that, bruv.
Yeah,
Do you
there's
like
not enough information
not
on
enough
it right now, is there?
but like
The
the
last I
fact
heard
that
is
there's even a possibility that man beat his gun at her, yeah, it's
Something
wild.
in my head is telling me it was an accident. Like,
Yeah,
like it just
it went
went off. Yeah.
I can't imagine what.
Because why would he bust shots after?
all right. My thing is,
And
this
The
is
thing
what
she
I was
got
saying.
back in, like the story's mad because
See,
she was in the car when they pulled it over.
My whole thing is this: Meg's about.
Is he? Were they together? Are they like a couple?
He's 5'3" in it,
And Meg's like
Something like
5'8", 5'9".
so she's taller than him.
She's way bigger than him.
Yeah,
Her ass is bigger than his head.
but you know, money talks. That's if they were they. Are they a couple? Or were they just friends?
Probably in an entanglement.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't even think it was that. I think this is what it is. Yeah, whenever you see two people together, you just assume they might just be
two
rolling.
dogs.
I think
Yeah.
you know this. I think they're dogs because when you've looked at they've got a very friendly chemistry. I think what it was because if you saw before they were on live together, him, her, and Kylie Jenner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Kylie, you know, she cut out. Boom. They've probably soul waved, hit the town, no security, so he's taking his strap. Got so drunk. This is what I believe. Don't quote me. It's not the truth. That's what I believe.
So you've created this whole story.
This
in
is
your
your.
mind.
I'm just
what you
this
think
my
happened.
my theory.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I believe my theory is they were soul waved, pulled out the gun, they were acting a fool, and he shot her in the foot by accident.
For what? Why would he pull out the gun?
Because niggas are stupid.
So what you think you're trying to feel like, yo, babes, I got my thing. You get
Like
me?
they probably were being done with the gun. Like
I don't. No. I'm sorry. I don't believe that.
and bam.
But the thing for me is they're saying that how she was walking off from him, he was shooting, and she got shot in the foot. But then when the feds pulled him over,
She came out the car.
She was in. So what? He shot her in the foot, and she decided to
And
get back into the car
and
with
now,
the nigga that just shot her in the foot.
Now she's not corresponding. So therefore, she's
wouldn't.
not corresponding with the law. She's not telling
They
him.
say no one's speaking. No
No
one's
one's
speaking and
speaking.
saying what happened.
So-
So
I don't. Yeah.
We could get it totally wrong, and the shooting was nothing to do with Tory.
this is what I'm trying to say. Like you,
True.
it could be nothing.
It could
to do
just
with
be the
him.
fact that he had a gun in the car, and she happened
she had
to be
gunshot
shot by
wounds, yeah.
somebody.
The only thing.
they-
the only way they can.
He
prove,
could have been busting back at the
I'll be
person
real
he
with you.
busting
The
at.
only way they can prove that they have to obviously just to see
Bro,
if there's any
that's what I'm trying
gunpowder.
to say. They would not have released him because remember he got arrested and they released him on bail. So what I'm trying to say to you is, if he had actually shot her,
There'll be gunpowder and there'll be a shell.
he wouldn't be out right
Yeah,
now.
he wouldn't be out right now.
So I do think the story is a little bit more complex
We gotta wait for someone to
than
make
what's
a statement.
going on.
Because Tory hasn't said nothing yet. Has he?
Nah.
Not a word. And even
probably
Meg,
can't
the
anyway
statement
because
Meg
it's
put
legal.
out was kind of like, there are people out here that are just trying to hurt people. Like she wasn't. It was very vague.
That's what I'm saying. You
There
just
was
don't
no.
know, man.
There was no as. It was. Her statement had nothing to do with her. Personally, it was just like.
It was
It was very
It could
random. It could have been about.
Yeah.
It could have been some niggas on the block that was shooting at them. It could have been Tory. It could have been the friend that was in the car with them. We just don't know. She said it in a way where
It could apply to anything
it
and
could apply to
anyone.
anyone in it. Yeah. So we just don't know. We just gotta wait and see what happens.
Fam, it's above my pay grade, man. Rich people.
Yeah,
That's rich people business,
It's
man.
well
Oh,
above
we can have
our
some
pay
more
grade.
rich people conversations.
Well above our pay
Nick
grade.
Cannon.
Nick, my guy Nick.
Now,
This one. You know what? Yeah, go for
now
it.
this. You see
I'm on the
this one?
fence with this one.
Nah, this one here.
I think
Right.
I've got a
What?
clear
Yeah.
opinion on this one.
Yeah, what Nick? All right, let's get into it. Nick Cannon, yeah, I should actually had the statement up. So basically, what Nick Cannon has said is that white people, specifically Jewish people,
Yeah.
are savages who were in the mountains of Caucasus, and pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
And then they've taken that as anti-Semitic speech, right? And because all the major media outlets in America are
Are
pretty
owned by-
much run
by
and
Jews.
owned by Jews, he's now been
Cancelled.
cancelled. Wild and Out's no longer on MTV, etc., etc. Now, he's now issued an apology to say, I was uneducated. I'm sorry to my Jewish brothers. Now, this is my issue. And this is not me being anti-Sem. Furthermore, whatever in it.
The thing is, when you say
Like-
people need to deep before we get, when you say anti-Semitic, yeah, like Semitic is not something exclusively about Jews. This is what pisses me off when people are quick to say, anti-Semitic. If I'm anti-Semitic, that means I don't like Jews. I don't like Muslims. I don't like anybody who speaks a certain.
Let me Google what Semitic.
I
I'll
say,
give you a
like,
dictionary
it's all
definition.
mad.
I think what okay.
I don't like how they've
the
taken that word.
The problem with this Nick Cannon situation is this, right? Is you have to understand when you speak on Jews. Understand there's only two ways this is gonna go about. It's gonna come out right and it's gonna come out wrong because they are powerful within the organization.
Right, let me stop you.
He is in.
But the thing
Semitic,
is-
yeah? Semitic.
Yeah.
Relating to or denoting a family of languages that include Hebrew, Arabic, Aramaic, and certain ancient languages such as Phoenician and Akkadian. Right? So it's not
It's about a language. A
constituting the main subgroup of Afro-Asiatic.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
but you got to
family.
remember. Okay, cool. Correcting that, but you've got to remember, Jews have made that word theirs.
No, but you also have to remember that there's a lot of black people, i.e. Nick Cannon, that believe that we as black people are the original Hebrews.
Of course.
So for him,
It cannot be anti-Semitic.
So if I believe I am a Hebrew,
Right.
I cannot then be against.
Okay, cool.
That thing.
Look who's talking about us. We understand that.
Yeah, but what I don't rate the apology.
No.
For me, the apology.
Okay,
Because
cool.
he knew that going against them was going to be a
He
problem.
knew exactly what he's saying.
He
But
knew
remember-
No, but
educated.
hold on.
He's very
Remember,
educated. He's not
hold on.
stupid.
This interview was never released, you know.
Wasn't it?
It was out.
Was it out?
It was on Nick's
It was
Cannon.
on- it was on his team.
Cannon's
It's on
class.
his
the
podcast.
Cannon's
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
But it's an interview from a year ago.
Is it?
It's an old interview. It's a interview from. It's an interview from a year ago.
It's an old interview.
It's an old interview.
That's
So
even
what the
worse. He shouldn't have
And he's
apologized.
apologizing.
So it's an old interview because remember he was doing a lot with interviews with a lot of black
the people
professors.
that were- yeah, that would
so,
not- yeah,
so
would set
it's
them
an
on.
old interview that's been resurfaced and it's come out. Boom. Now this is my thing. This is my take on it. Cool. When it comes to Nick Cannon, he's done a lot for like speaking on a lot of educational things on black people, and I respect what he's used his platform for. My problem is this, right? Is when you're in that entertainment business, right, and you don't own nothing, and you answer to them man there, be careful what you speak on them because they will shut you down. That's
Yeah.
my only problem.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is you know America they always say freedom of speech. Nah, that shit don't
But
exist.
the reason, all right, I agree with everything you're saying, Prems, yeah?
Yeah.
Everything you're saying. My issue with this is not even that. I'm saying speak your mind and deal with the consequence.
That's it.
Cool.
Stand on your
what
words.
my issue now is that you, a very educated man,
Yeah.
who I've listened to multiple interviews where he's not just rambling things that he's heard.
No,
he's
he
got
talks.
detail.
Yes.
And
So the fact that he's done this, and I honestly, I found nothing wrong with what he said.
nothing wrong.
Not
The fact that he's now come and said, I was speaking from an uneducated place.
Yeah.
I am going to go back and do further research and add more knowledge to my repertoire, basically, before I speak again. I'm sorry to my Jewish brothers and sisters.
And this is where, off topic, not even off topic, this is where when Damien Dash was making noise about you have to own your own.
But the thing, I don't even feel.
No,
that
no, I'll tell you why. Because when you own your own, you're in control of what you put out there.
No.
Meaning, hold on. He doesn't own Wildin' Out. We presume that he did. We presume that it was his show.
no,
he
he
pitched it.
He owns.
but
I think
He
he
don't
owns
own MTV. He owns Wildin' Out.
no,
Why not? It's his team.
Viacom own Wildin' Out.
No, they own no.
No. Viacom own Wildin' Out. They took Viacom belongs to he. It's like
No, yeah, you're right.
I've come.
I
your
think he was requesting the rights for it back.
Yeah, so he originally had the rights to it. When he took it to Viacom, he gave them the rights to the show.
Not full rights. He's got.
I think he's got a portion of it. He wants the
but
full rights.
but
to it
they
now.
own it. So obviously Viacom is owned by a Jewish man. You report to a Jewish man. It's like me. It's like me having an Irish boss, but then going and talking smack about Irish people. You think I could walk into work the next day that comes
I
out?
agree with you, but for me,
It's the apology.
I would hold my L. I would hold my L.
Because remember,
He's got too much
because
to
he
lose.
knows-
No. Because
But this is the
he
thing.
apologized. It's not like they said, "Oh, now you've apologized. Here's your show back."
He's not getting nothing back.
No, because hold on. Before he apologized, he even remember he all went on to say, "I went up to them to fight for adverts on Black Lives Matter." He kind of like when they stripped him of his thing, he then went out and put another statement going in on them. So he called. as mad as I'm gonna say this, he then caused further damage by saying, "Oh, via comma, this and that and that and that." Then later apologized, and it was like, "Yo, bro, you all right? You've just said what you said on your podcast. Cool. Now you're going in on them, basically trying to say they're racist. Then 48 hours, you flip the script and go, oh, well, I'm sorry to my Jewish brothers and sisters."
This is the thing,
bro. Like,
and for me, something ain't right with that, because like you said, Nick Cannon is not a stupid guy. He would have known the implications of what he said. He would have known what might happen with what he was saying. So for him to then all of a sudden flip it, and that apology weren't even like, "I'm sorry if I offended people." He was like, "I was uneducated." Like, what?
niggas with money, bruv.
So I think someone's come to him. I think someone's threatened him more than just your opportunities. They threatened him with something more.
Because I don't respect it. I personally, and remember, he never said it as comedy, so we can't put it under that. He said, but I'm saying, if you're going to say that with your chest, if you're going to, listen, you pick lanes in life, innit? If you're going to go down the activist road, because remember, even when he was wearing the turban, he said the turban was a representation of his sovereignty.
Yeah.
All of these things, he's very, very knowledgeable about what he's talking about.
100%.
So, no one refuted anything he said, because no one highly educated in the Jewish world came out and refuted anything he said. No one said that. They just said, you are anti-Jewish.
Yeah.
That's basically what they said. Based upon what you're speaking about, you are anti-Jewish. Now, fine. I would have said, listen, I'm not apologizing for it. If anything, I'm sorry that you are offended by what I said.
Yeah.
But based upon what I've learned, this is accurate.
Doesn't that then go back to then you compare that to the Kevin Hart situation?
But it's just no. Kevin Hart was under the guise of comedy.
His was
under the guise of comedy, but still, Kevin Hart's problem was, I did apologize for it, but I'm not apologizing for it again. And he wasn't they said he wasn't acknowledging the whole abuse
because he was saying it's comedy.
It's cool.
It's not something that I actually believe. But Nick Cannon actually believed what he was. That's his opinion on something.
This is in books. What Nick Cannon said is education. It's in books. We can read this.
If you read,
we can read this.
But that's what we're saying.
This is where the problem. But okay, they cancelled him. They took him off. They fired him. Whatever. But he kind of did more damage to himself by screaming, "Well, you lot are racist," and it's all out there, racist. But then, probably when he sat back with his team, his PA team, and they're like, "Now you've cocked up here. You need to apologize because now you're blacklisted because the Jewish community that you're talking about or whatever you're saying about,
but he's only going to be blacklisted to them." Diddy was telling them come
to revolt.
He could do his own thing. He could do his own thing on YouTube. There's so many opportunities to do your own thing now. He doesn't need them.
Do we sit here and believe that Diddy owns Revolt?
But what I'm saying is this: even if it's not Diddy, he's Nick Cannon. You think he can't just do what he wanted to do online?
He can.
He could do it himself. He can create his own
probably
channel.
That's why he would just wants Wildin' Out, because he knows if I can take Wildin' Out, and one thing I can say about Wildin' Out that I do respect is all the casters said, if Nick's gone, we're gone.
For me, why I think that this is more than about them cancelling his opportunities, because he can create his own opportunities. I don't think he needs them.
There
for
is
these
something deeper.
There's something deeper.
I
there,
don't respect
100%.
him as a man because he did not
He
stand.
lost.
Do you think this is because you know he's doing the Dr. Sebi documentary, right?
I'm not going down that conspiracy road.
No.
Because he tried to say that's why Nipsey was killed.
Hold on. I'm gonna throw it in there. Now you do know they've been,
but it's done now, so there's no.
Even if it's done, they don't want it out there.
But it's coming out regardless now.
Okay,
so it's too late to them. If they want to do something, they would have done it already because it's out now. It's done. I don't think it's that deep to kill him. I don't think it's that deep.
But the thing is, I'm not taking away from their ability to cancel him, not cancelling. The whole thing, even if you don't agree with what he said,
stand on his words, man.
That is what it is. Because when I heard it, I was like,
do you know what? Okay, and I get what you're saying with the apology thing, but what we have to understand is, when people are paying you to be Nick Cannon, they control your narrative of life.
I get that, but what I'm saying, he's also Nick Cannon. He can create his own.
He can create. Let's not.
It's like if Jay-Z got cancelled from, say, everything. They dashed him off Rockefeller, dashed him off this.
I think
he's
what
Jay-Z. You think he can't jump on YouTube or jump on some platform and still make
but what Jay-Z has done is put himself in a position where he cannot be cancelled.
No, but if say something came out, say he was the one making these statements about Jews, and they said, you know what, Jay, sorry, you're gonna have to step down from Rock Nation. You think that's not gonna be the end of Jay?
It's not gonna be the end of Jay because I think that there will always be another narrative.
People are still gonna fuck with Jay.
Yeah, where you can go, and I believe people will still fuck with Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon's still the presenter. He's still got his rights to the Masked Singer. They didn't get rid of him.
Yeah, not gonna get rid of him. Yeah, and those are probably later on business decisions, business deals where he made and was like, I'm gonna still hold majority rights control to that. Whereas in Wildin' Out, sometimes people forget. People think they're a bit, not gonna say invincible, but they always think that I can't be touched there because remember Viacom, Nickelodeon, all of that. He's an executive producer there. There's a lot of things on BET that Nick Cannon executive producer Love and Hip Hop. We don't even know that.
Listen, the way I see things is
he produces those shows.
I get the business behind it, but then I'm saying pick a lane. If you are going to be an activist,
if you're gonna be Dr. Umar, be Dr. Umar.
This is what I'm saying.
He was interviewing
some serious guys out there.
But so this is where I'm saying, if you agree with what Nick Cannon says or you don't agree, it's the same as Kevin Hart. That is your opinion. What I do not respect is that you said this confidently from a place of knowledge with your or alleged knowledge with your chest. So now, do not come, because remember that's why he's not on Americans Got Talent anymore, because he stood up and said, I saw the racism, I saw the prejudice, I saw it all. I'm not on it no more. So he stepped out like I am the face of this now. Nipsey Hussle, the Dr. Sebi, he said, you know what? I'll finish it.
Yeah.
The whole cast of Wildin' Out, he's like, I'm gonna bring on purely black people. Number one, yes, there'll be the odd white person here and there, but I'm gonna give all these young black people a platform. Everything is for my people. I'm gonna wear this turban on national TV. I don't care what you've got to say about it. This is what I'm on. So now you stepped out and you've done Cannon's class, because remember he's got a doctorate from Harvard now or something like that.
Yeah.
So you stepped out on Cannon's class. You said, I've created this platform where I can't say it on the TV, but I can speak my truth here.
Yeah.
So you consciously invited on these people.
These men, you know,
before they came on, you've now done your research, so you can have this conversation. So now you've said this and they've lashed out and said it's anti-Semitic. You could easily come out and say, well, in fact, because I'm educated, this is the meaning of Semitic.
Right.
So therefore, if I believe that I am the original Hebrew, I am a Jew.
So whose fault is that?
I genuinely believe that if you are man enough to say these things, you should be man enough to be able to defend yourself.
So when I say whose fault is that? After that comes out, whose fault is it when he has to respond?
The thing for me is that, like I said, I feel like Nick is a person that, if it was under normal circumstances, would not have apologized, would have stood up for himself. This is why I feel like
there's more
to this. Something has come up where maybe not he's affected, but maybe
Mariah
I was just about to say that,
or maybe his family might be affected from it. So he's had to think, fuck, I'm gonna have to take the L.
Because probably Mariah did phone him and said,
do you know what I mean?
The fuck you doing?
What I'm trying to say to you is, everything we're saying here is speculation at the end of the day.
It's our opinion.
I'm just trying to say, me personally, based upon, number one, the definition of Semitic, and based upon what he actually said, you could say there's a level of prejudice. If you are not from the same learned place as him, you would say there's a level of prejudice to what he said. That's fine. There's prejudice in a lot of what people say. Stereotypes are a form of prejudice. However, I don't like the way the apology is worded. Let me put it that way.
That's exactly it. I was uneducated.
Yes.
I'm like,
I don't like the way it's worded because it makes a very educated person. It's almost like it's removed a level of accountability. It's like, oh, I was dumb. I didn't know what I was saying.
You know what it is? I feel like
him.
The way they were, it almost feels like he didn't even write it. I feel like the way it was worded was purposely done to piss off his people.
It's published
because everyone was like,
but everyone's lashed out on.
They've lashed out on him now.
Yeah, and they're like, because what is it? Because Dwayne Wade.
Or the Blue Lives Matter mask.
No. That's a different person.
Oh, no. James Harden did that. Sorry.
So Dwayne Wade came out. It's like
Tweeted in support of him.
That he tweeted against him, then to support him, then went and said, "I'm sorry that I supported him."
Supported him when?
So no, he tweeted that he supported him.
Yeah, he's like,
when he initially said
he's like, my brother Nick, we got you, kind of.
Yeah.
And then later on,
when he done the apology, he's like, I shouldn't have supported him.
Yeah, but
and hold on, and this goes back to my point is, when you ain't putting your own money in your pocket and other people are, they control the narrative of your life, and it goes back to what Dame Dash said.
But again, I don't think it's that in this
If
situation.
I do,
I feel like he controls enough to be cool. Be like, all right, cool, take the L on that, have that. I feel like he owns enough money.
If he did, then he'd be calm taking L. He wouldn't
but
apologize.
But that's what I'm saying.
So
There's more to it.
Okay,
Does not need wilding out. That's all he's kind of lost, really. Is wilding out.
Why did Dwayne Wade apologize? I'll tell you why.
Because he's basically.
But you see, what you have to also understand is Dwayne Wade, right? Based upon the fact that his son is now,
I was waiting for this,
and all of that.
I'll let him say it, bro.
Dwayne Wade is in a very sketchy place in life where he's like, you know what? I've got to be seen to be liked and accepted of everything, because my son is now my daughter, so that's I've accepted, and I've tried to stand with Nick Cannon, but now
if I stand with Nick Cannon,
Dwayne Wade is the basketball playing Terry Crews.
Terry Crews is a fucking wally, blood.
Where did it go wrong with Terry Crews?
It went wrong a long time ago.
You know what? For me, yeah, it's mad because now I'm looking at white chicks. I'm like, this nigga wasn't even acting all this whole time.
No, do you know what?
This nigga is actually.
Do you know what
like
keeps on
this?
flashing back in my head? No, do you know what flashes back in my head? You see when my man backed off his mask,
and he's like,
it's because
he's like,
you're not
I'm
white.
a man. She's like, no, you're not white, bruv.
Blood.
That's Terry Crews, bruv. He was playing himself, bruv.
But what I'm trying to say to you is, I feel like there's not enough people in this world, and this goes back to even what we was talking about with the Black Lives Matter. Not enough people in this world are willing to sacrifice for the greater good.
Yeah, they're not.
So
they're not.
The same way as if you are at a protest,
they're not Colin Kaepernick. You get me? They're not willing to just take that help.
And this is my thing. It goes back to me saying, when you ain't putting your own money in your pocket or investing in things.
Colin, he's calm.
He took that L.
He took that L,
and he rigged it until it worked in his favor.
But hold on, how many Kaepernicks are we gonna get?
But I just feel like Nick. I think Nick is even in a better position
And
than
then
Colin.
Nick actually has the support of so many people to say, brother, from the whole cast. Remember, these are all upcoming people, a lot of them, yeah?
Okay.
And they're willing to say, I'm willing to lose my main source of income to back you. All you have to do, brother, is
recreate the show.
No. All you have to do is stand by your word, and I got you. It's the equivalent of if you came to me and you said to me, brother, this is what I'm on. I say, P, if you're willing to ride, I got you. You can't now. Man, when I turn up at your yard,
It's like man saying, yo, I'm on stuff. Man's like, you know what, man? Them, I'm not even.
But if you phoned me in anger and said, brother, this is
now.
what I'm on, and I say to you, P, all right, cool, I'm putting on my trainers now, I'm coming. For me to reach your yard and you're like, you know what happened, yeah? Well, our phones, man, and
I apologize to him, fam.
I hear what you're saying. Because every time I do phone him and I plan.
But that's the thing.
That's talking me.
If at one time you're on it, you're saying, you know what?
Yeah, but if I'm saying to you,
I agree with you, fam.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on my way,
lying,
and
bruv.
you
We're
call
on
me.
it.
So wait, are you saying
Smoke.
if I phone you one day and I'm like, yo,
and I actually,
and you agree with it, you're on it?
But if I agree with it,
No, just.
But if say if a man violated you, and you're like, blood, nah. And I'm like, you know what, fam? We can't let that lie.
Just for reference sake, have I phone you
and I agree with
and
it,
you agree with it?
And I agree with it.
We're going.
You agree
no,
with it?
No. I said if I agree and I choose to leave my house, that's because I agree with you. Don't mean I think your action is right.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say, because I'm the advocate of telling you you're wrong or don't do it. If the one time I say to you, you know what? Nah, you're not a dickhead. I'm not a dickhead. Fuck it, I'm coming.
We're not going.
If I come to your yard and you're sitting down there like, boy, blood, you know, I thought about it, yeah?
No, we're not
I'm
going.
gonna lie.
You know why we're not
called
going?
my man.
No.
I apologize to him, fam.
You don't be out cool, no, but you know why we're just not going? Because he actually agreed to go with me, innit? I'm just like, what?
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. If you're out here by yourself, I can understand why you'd be like, I'm not too sure.
But you know what it is?
But the fact that you've got,
do you know what it is? I believe, yes, the support of everyone, but it's just gonna go back to what I've just been repeating. When you ain't putting money in your own pocket.
Do you know what? Before I
He is,
apologize,
though.
I would look at my options. If I
You
was
think
Nick
Nick's not making his own money?
He is. Yeah.
You think
but-
Nick's gonna be hurt by losing Wilding Out?
No, he's not gonna be hurt by
Exactly.
losing Wilder. But
So
I
why would
still
he
feel
go
that
back
Nick's still got investments in things that
Yes.
that the Jewish
Yes,
man
no.
has
Yes. You
saying
are-
it.
no, you are right.
He does. So
But-
therefore, he can't. He
But I
can't,
feel like he can still bounce back. He's that kind of guy.
Nick
that
is
can
rich
bounce
enough
back.
He will
to
bounce
actually
back.
walk away from everything
doesn't-
tomorrow and
he
still
is.
survive.
He's in a position.
What I'm just saying is, but he's apologized. So therefore, by him apologizing to me means like you kind of still need this. You need these.
I don't think it's for him. I feel like it's for maybe for people around.
Yeah, but then
him.
it wasn't. But it wasn't. It wasn't a sincere apology. It was a flaky one.
Rate
That's
Nick
why when
Cannon
I'm
for that.
reading
now.
the
It was
apology,
flaky.
It doesn't even
I
sound
don't
like
rate
him.
him for it.
You know why now? Shaky. That's what it was. It was a
Right.
shaky
The same
apology.
way you don't rate August for talking, I don't rate Nick for his
Yeah,
apology.
he kind of.
All right, cool.
he
I
kind
can
of,
accept that still.
I
lost-
don't rate him for his
But
I
again,
lost a bit of it.
I'm
for
gonna
him
go
still.
back to this is why Dash is very outspoken and gives two fucks who he pisses off.
I'm
That's
not gonna
what-
lie. If I was Nick Cannon, before I apologized, I would have looked into my options. I would have approached Tyler Perry and said, brother.
This is what I'm trying to say.
No. In regards to
He's
got
his own studio.
I would have approached man to say, listen, all right, cool. Wild and Out's gone tits up in it, but here what? I'm gonna remix the show
Right.
and call it this. I've got the cast already. A lot of them from Atlanta. I've got the cast. Let's do
Well,
this.
let's see what happens because he said he's gonna go to a legal dispute to get Wilding Out, the naming rights for Wilding Out.
Right.
So maybe we don't know behind the scenes. He's probably had them conversations, and they just said to him, you know what? Put your apology out there.
But
Do what you got to do, and then come over here.
Do you know what?
'Cause
Do
they
you know
feel-
what I would respect
they-
again?
they-
You see if he fixed his life around or he moved on from the situation. And he came out and said, listen, guys, that apology had to be put out.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't think he would do that. It's too much
If it's
damage.
a thing where he had to do it because he was working on
Listen,
legally getting back the thing, and then when he's getting like, fuck you, lot, and then bounce,
we
then
won't
yeah.
get we won't get that from a retired or you know like a David, like if he does a David Chappelle and comes back
Like, again,
yeah.
look at Chappelle. Chappelle said, "Fuck you." He'll take the L.
Yeah,
because
Chappelle said,
yeah,
fuck
he-
your 50 mil. I'm off.
yeah, he said
I'll
fuck
do
you
my own
because
thing.
he what did Darnell Rollins goes? He goes, they were there, so it was it the third season or the and they were doing a skit, and then Chappelle just turned to me and went, 50 million for this shit, I'm out. They were doing a skit and it was basically it weren't a black skit no more.
Yeah.
They had come and they had made it commercially. They said they couldn't use certain words.
Couldn't
and he
say
said, fuck
nigger.
it, I'm
Alright,
there.
but
I'm
I
done.
No,
feel
he
like-
couldn't say was it faggot? I think they were
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
he couldn't
So I'm
use.
I feel like in this day and age where things are seemingly taking a slight change now due to the whole Black Lives Matter, I think now
was
is
the
the
perfect
time.
moment for
Now
him to
is the
stand
time
on
for you
his-
to stand
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Yeah?
and take that
You know what it
seeming
is?
L for the greater good.
It's not even that, yeah. We live in a very sensitive world compared to what we used to live in before. Anything you can say could be deemed unacceptable. Like you look at comedy now. We can sit here, yeah, and play a whole run of Def Comedy Jam. There was no unapologetic behavior. You said what you said, and it is what it is. When you look at comedy now, you can see the boundaries. You can see them skating on certain things.
I just think
So
if they're gonna
we live in a very
cancel Nick
different-
Cannon, you have to cancel the autobiography of Malcolm X. You have to cancel the book because everything that Nick Cannon said is actually written in that book.
I think the thing is this. Jews are not upset by what Nick Cannon said.
You're upset about what because he said it publicly.
No, it's not even that because it was white people that kind of like made an uproar about it. I think what Nick Cannon should just really done was re-educate everyone and, like you said, took out the word, put the word out there. This is what it means when you call me anti-Semitic, whatever you call me, yeah, and educate people from there. Then you leave people in a boat where it's, well,
Make up your own mind.
make up your own mind.
But then he's
about me.
still gonna be. Do you think they're not gonna accept?
But then
that?
it puts him in a better. It puts
What
him even.
position does it
It
put him
puts him in. Right now, he looks like he's lost everything.
But that's what. Even if he said that, do you think they're gonna be? The Jews gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're not being anti-Semitic. You're
Well-
just being anti-Jewish. Then
Well,
they're still gonna say you
but then
violated
no.
us.
But then
It's not
he
gonna
then
change anything to
he's
them.
got to explain that I'm not being anti-Jewish.
But
I'm just explaining.
They're not gonna see it like that.
Cool,
There's
but then
no way they're
but,
gonna
but,
see it.
but remember then, for us, remember okay, but between us three, we're very educated. We've read books, so we understand what he was saying. We to someone that doesn't read books or doesn't know the norm, they're just gonna think, oh yeah, he is anti-Semitic.
But they would read it and still they won't believe that is truth, that's fact. So it's not good. Him saying, well, if you read it, it's not gonna change their mind. They're not gonna be like, actually, Jews are from the Caucasus Mountains.
Remember, without education, there's ignorance. So
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if he educates them. It doesn't matter what book he puts in front of them. They're not going to accept it.
I think the best response for Nick Cannon would have been to literally screenshot what Semitic means and posted it and left it like that. I get where you're coming from, Prince, where you're saying and yes, the powers that be, the major media outlets are Jewish. They are. So either way, he was going to face some level of backlash off of this. I'm just saying, based upon the fact that if Nick Cannon retired today, he has enough money to continue to live, one, and two, the fact that we're in the midst of a Black Lives Matter movement.
And he was actually at the forefront of it.
All right. I believe now would have been prime time, because remember, all of these activists that he's had on his show, they very much agree with how he believes. So I just feel like now would have been the best time for him to be like, you know what? I understand that you lot are offended by what I'm saying. However, what I said was not in order to cause offense or to be offensive to you. In fact, based upon what I've learned, I deem that to be truth. Because there's many, he could have even turned around and said, listen, you say you're not savages or uncultured but look at the way you treated us. That is,
you've done over history.
This is savage. No. I'm just trying to say there are many options that I believe. I don't know what happens behind the scenes. I'm just trying to say there are many options I feel that, or many better ways that little press release apology could have been worded to not make him seem like a bumbling idiot.
Yes.
Because that's what it did. For you to come out and say, sorry to my Jewish brothers and sisters, fine.
That's fine.
I spoke from an uneducated place. When Nick Cannon's whole premise is, yes, call me a shit rapper, call me what you want. But I'm a very, very good businessman. I'm highly educated. In the midst of doing Wildin' Out, my podcast, and a morning radio show, I've got
and he's getting a TV talk show as well.
I've got a whole degree from Harvard. All in this time, I've done this.
So you're telling me that apology has just stripped away everything?
No.
In my eyes,
I don't think it has.
It hasn't stripped away everything. But as a man, I don't respect the apology.
For me, I will still respect Nick because, like you said, Nick has interviewed people that some of these commercial
and he's held his own with
hosts would never touch. They won't go near. He's fucked. Because
even when you
completed the Sebi thing.
Even when you look at the Breakfast Club, they don't interview.
They do. The Umars and the Farrakhan's and that have been on their show.
They do. The commercial guys.
No.
Nick's interviewing
Rizza Islam.
He's the proper.
Yeah, but remember, that is YouTube. YouTube is a different beast. Yeah, I'm just saying, I can't, same as you, I can't take away from what Nick Cannon's done or what he may continue to do in the future. I'm just very unhappy with the way that was worded.
It pissed me off.
Because there's ways of apologizing without apologizing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can
easily
apologize
say,
without apologizing.
I'm sorry you are offended by what I said.
Yeah.
You can say that. So it sounds like I'm apologizing, but I just
He fully apologized by saying, sorry guys, I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry.
I need to go and read some more.
I'm a dummy.
And then he's taking time off of his radio show. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. There's more to it.
As much as Nick Cannon has done, and you know his achievements, he's still an employee, bruv, and someone's still paying him, fam.
Yeah, but that's everyone.
That's everyone.
Facts. So when someone's still paying you, and they happen to be a Jew, expect that, bruv. Expect an apology.
It is what it is.
But then again, that means but basically, if that's the case, then we're saying that he is a dickhead then, because he's not stupid enough to know that, oh yeah, I'm saying this stuff and I'm going to probably get fired. He knows exactly.
Some people get complacent and think they're
I don't think he's that stupid. Well, he wouldn't have these type of men on his show if that's the case, because he knows what these men are gonna talk about.
Correct. 100.
He knows the type of conversation he's gonna have with these men.
100%. And
So if he was that scared, he wouldn't even put himself in that position.
So then don't apologize.
This is it. This is what we're trying to say.
So he's apologized.
This is why I'm saying it's definitely deeper. They've definitely got something more over him than just
I think
a paycheck.
I think the thing what is the paycheck, but also
they've got more over him than just a paycheck.
It affects a Mariah career.
This is what I'm saying. Maybe it's affecting his kids. Something to do with his kids. Maybe it's something to do with Mariah. Maybe
I think it's affecting the Mariah career.
You know it is, but then again, yes and no.
It's a domino effect.
Because I feel like Mariah is such a powerful, independent brand.
Yeah.
Because remember, Mariah, based upon All I Want for Christmas, never has to work again ever in life.
No, she never has to work again in life.
But what I'm just trying to say is, there's a lot, in all the situations we're discussing, there's a lot we don't know.
But But
I'm convinced with Jay that there's more to this than.
There is more to it. There
Like,
is
you can't
100%
he's
more
apologizing.
to it.
He's not that stupid.
And the more to it is, the Jewish man are paying pockets. So therefore, yeah, man, they lick you hard.
I mean, it is what it is.
You get me? You know what when they say lick your pocket hard, fam, but you get me.
I think we got. I'm gonna watch that closely, man. Because I feel like there's gonna be more that comes out of that. I just hope that he's got some mad plan going on.
Man, no, leave it in there.
To license it.